In the late 1960s, when the term concrete jungle was coined, I thought it was an introspection on how habitats were created in various ways, and they look different ways, right? But recently, I went to go meet the guy personally, and now I understand that he was talking about the wild animal we call citizens. As a matter of fact, oi mates, welcome to the jungle. Here we're going to be looking at some animals in their natural habitat. My impression accent's so bad. But for real though, for someone who's lived in New York their whole life, I'm astonished with how low the public can go sometimes. So, I'm here to talk about it and say some stories and things that bothered me. The first one being the train. Now let me preface it. If the train was free, this part of the script would be about half as long as it actually is. Because when something is free, you get what you get, you feel me? But I gotta pay $2.90 for this? I'ma talk. I don't quite get how some people act a fool. My God, did I just say act a fool? I'm getting old. Act the fool when I get on the train. Like, why do I gotta be smelling somebody's vape or za when I get on the platform? Why do I gotta be harassed by someone sitting next to me when there's a perfectly good seat on the next train that comes in 30 minutes? And I'm not an antisocial person, not by any stretch of the imagination, but if there's a possibility that you're a stranger and we can brush arms against each other, the least you can do is ask if I'm cool with this blatant violation of my personal space. I've watched a grown man piss on the train, like straight up get out of his seat, looking at the wall, take out his area, and just... And he was 3 feet away from me. Of course he was. Why do I pay $2.90 for this? You know what is free though? A shameless plug. Oh, crikey, mate. These animals need your help. For the small fee of a subscription and the like, you could get food on the plates of these majestic beasts. And the government wonders why millions of people jump these turnstiles every day. Which brings me to another point, because they got all of these cops watching these turnstiles like a certain minority group and giving everybody a hard time who tries to skip it, which is fine. But when the homeless people start scrapping over the quarter they found on the ground, suddenly they start seeing the side effects of overusing their Sharingan, and that's just not their problem. Hello, mate. I found exclusive footage of a New Yorkian facing their natural predator. Yeah. $2, 7 dimes, and 4 nickels. Now that's a healthy heap out of these animals' irregular pay, so they must use evasive maneuvers. Look at that one, folks. Let me get a replay. Isn't it majestic? I think I'm gonna do urinals next. Urinals are a good idea in theory. You don't have to physically touch it, there's walls, it's quick and easy. But when budget gets a little tight, they're usually the first things to go. Meaning you're sitting in a vile, disgusting pit of piss and other bodily fluids that you don't really want to think about how or why they're there, which is bad, but what's worse is breaking the unspoken rule. The most abhorrent, vile, disgusting. Let me tell you about a time it happened to me. Actually, I feel like I should preface this real quick for any of the ladies that may be watching this, which I'm sure are few and far between, but just to be inclusive. The urinal rule is the idea that if you're at a urinal and some guy comes into the bathroom you're in, they're going to go as far away from your urinal as you can. And this applies until you just have no other choice. Then you go to the stalls. So I was in school about to do my business in the bathroom, and then my friend comes up to me, right? He has some snarky thing to say, and I say something snarky back, and I thought that was the end of the conversation. But he pulls up right next to my urinal and continues talking to me, not understanding he just entered the no-no zone. Bro just didn't get the patch notes. I'm just gonna move over. My fault, phone died. Where was I? Oh yeah, he moves too! And it's not like he's staring at the wall doing his business and he just happens to be around me. He is straight, head turning this way, talking to me, bodies facing this way, taking a piss. I just don't understand how you could feel comfortable enough to do that. And all that's between us is this rinky-dinky wall. I couldn't even properly articulate how uncomfortable I was. So I had to be upfront with him. I'm like, yo, bro, look, I'm cool with you, but if you move with me again, I'ma actually smack you. The elusive pissmonger. These animals piss everywhere except the urinal to prove their dominance and mark their territory. Last place I want to talk about where my rights get violated is an airplane. Now, I don't really go on airplanes often, so it's crazy how I already don't like them. But the biggest issue with an airplane, you need to share a space with practically 9 people. Your row, the row in front of you, and the row behind you. And, you know, this is common sense. Everyone should understand this, you know, be at least a little respectful of everyone else's time, privacy, etc., etc. So tell me why the people behind me are putting their smelly ass feet right under my chair, and the people in front of me are leaning their chair back so that my diaphragm can function at 12% capacity, and I just can't watch my movie. But somehow, if I start stepping on toes, literally, or asking people to move their seats, then I'm the bad guy, right? I'm the bad guy. Yeah. It's like the MTA situation, but worse, because I'm out hundreds of dollars and I'm still being treated like ass. And if I see someone pee on a plane, I'm actually bug out. And there'll be people, too, of a certain group, I don't want to say anything, I really need 2 plane seats, not to be mean or anything, once again, because, you know, if I have a seat next to you and chunks of you are spilling out into my territory, it will be met with immediate action. I just don't get it. Life is really a crazy mess, ain't it? Thank you for watching this documentary. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay wild, and have a good day.